Most people think they are burnt out, but what many are actually feeling is something far newer, something the human brain never had to manage at this scale: overexposure. Because for most of history, your brain lived inside a limited environment. Limited news, limited comparison, limited opinions, limited pressure. You knew a few dozen people, you compared yourself to almost no one, and your brain had space. Real space to recover. But today, the moment you wake up, your mind is flooded before your feet even touch the floor. You see messages, updates, headlines, alerts, someone succeeding somewhere, someone traveling somewhere, someone earning more, building more, achieving more, and your brain tries to process all of it, even when you think you are ignoring it, because attention is not always conscious. The brain scans everything automatically. This is not weakness. This is survival wiring, but that wiring was built for a quieter world. Now, instead of recovering between stress events, your brain experiences micro-stress continuously. Not enough to trigger panic, but enough to prevent real rest. And this is where the confusion begins. Because when people feel exhausted, they search for a cause. They assume it must be their job, their schedule, their responsibilities. But what if the exhaustion is not coming from how hard you are working? What if it is coming from how much you are absorbing? Because there is a massive difference between effort and exposure. Effort can feel satisfying. Effort has boundaries. You work, then you stop. Exposure does not. Exposure follows. Your home sits next to you on the couch, waits beside your bed, and wakes up with you. Your nervous system never fully powers down, and a brain that never powers down, never fully repairs. This creates a strange modern experience where someone can rest all weekend and still feel tired, sleep 8 hours and still feel drained, take a vacation and still feel mentally noisy. Because the problem is not always physical fatigue. It is cognitive saturation. Your brain is holding too many open loops, too many unfinished comparisons, too many signals telling you to adjust your life in some direction, earn more, move faster, do better, optimize everything, and slowly, without realizing it, you begin measuring your life against an invisible global scoreboard. You did not choose this scoreboard, it was installed around you. And the human brain is highly sensitive to relative position. Thousands of years ago, your status depended on where you stood inside a small tribe. Today, your brain attempts to locate your status among millions of people. This is not natural scale, and the result is a quiet, persistent feeling that you should be further ahead even when you are doing fine. This is why overexposure is so psychologically heavy. It stretches your perceived expectations faster than reality can match them. And when expectations outpace reality, the brain interprets the gap as danger, because in ancient environments, falling behind could mean exclusion, and exclusion once meant survival risk. So your nervous system reacts, even if logically you know you are safe. Your body still whispers, catch up, adjust, move, do not fall behind. This is not motivation, it is low-grade threat. And low-grade threat sustained over months or years becomes what many people label burnout. But burnout suggests you gave too much energy when in many cases your brain simply received too much input. Imagine trying to listen to 100 conversations at once. Even if you were sitting still, you would feel exhausted. This is the hidden cost of modern life: constant mental tabs open in the background. And here is something even more subtle: the brain does not distinguish strongly between experiences. You live in experiences you witness. When you watch someone announce a massive life milestone, your brain partially simulates it. When you see crisis after crisis, your nervous system partially simulates it. When you scroll past endless productivity advice, your brain registers that as pressure to improve. Simulation still consumes energy, which means a person can drain themselves without ever leaving their chair. This is why doing less does not always fix the feeling, because the real solution is not always reducing effort. Sometimes it is reducing input your brain needs. Silence far more than most people realize. Silence is not empty. It is where emotional processing completes. It is where the nervous system recalibrates. It is where perspective returns. Without silence, everything feels equally urgent, equally important, equally unfinished, and a life where everything feels urgent quickly becomes overwhelming. But once you see overexposure clearly, something changes. You stop immediately blaming yourself for being tired. You begin asking a more accurate question: what is my brain carrying that it was never designed to carry? Awareness creates permission to step back, permission to disconnect, permission to stop treating every signal as relevant because not everything deserves access to your attention. Attention is not infinite, it is biological currency. Every notification, every comparison, every piece of information costs a fraction of that currency, and most people are spending it without noticing. The strongest adults in the coming years will not be the ones who can tolerate the most noise. They will be the ones who learn how to filter it. The ones who understand that protecting mental bandwidth is no longer a luxury. It is survival hygiene, just like sleep, just like nutrition, just like movement, and once you begin filtering, something surprising happens. Your energy starts returning, not all at once, but gradually. Your thoughts slow down, your reactions soften, your timeline stops feeling so compressed. You remember what your own pace feels like because overexposure does something dangerous. It tricks you into living at speeds that were never meant for you, but you are allowed to step out of speeds that are breaking you. This does not mean withdrawing from the world. It means engaging with it more intentionally, choosing depth over constant updates, choosing focus over fragmentation, choosing a smaller circle of influence so your brain can finally close some of those open loops. Understand this clearly. If you feel tired all the time, it does not automatically mean you are weak. It may mean your brain has been brave enough to operate inside an environment of endless stimulation, and now it is asking for boundaries, not because you cannot handle life, but because no brain handles infinity. While you are not designed to process the entire world daily, you were designed to experience a life directly, to solve real problems, to build real connections, to move at human speed. And the moment you return, even partially, to that rhythm, something inside you stabilizes. So maybe you are not burnt out, maybe you are overexposed, and once you recognize that, you stop seeing exhaustion as failure and start seeing it as feedback that your mind is asking for space, asking for limits, asking you to remember that attention is one of the most valuable resources you have, and where you aim it quietly shapes the quality of your entire life.